Be really fun.
That would be so
Great.
fun.
I think we are ready to go here in the Daily Antidote of Song. Super excited to see people popping in. Must be a slow web day today because we've got people popping in slowly. So we're going to all just breathe for a minute and wait while we see more faces showing up. Hello, everybody out there on Facebook Live. We're glad you're with us already, even if our attendees are slowly filtering into the room. And I want to say thank you and hello to everybody in this room. Here we are again. I look around the room for my cue. Thank you, Carolyn. And let's see, our Christiana and Bob in here yet. I don't see them, but I'll find them. I want to thank everybody for joining on Saturday for day 958 of the Daily Antidote of Song, brought to you, of course, by Carpe Diem Arts. Let's give them all a big hand because they are what is making this possible, except for all the ways that you are making this possible. I want to thank everybody for being here. Let's all wave to Facebook Live. Hello, Facebook Live. We're so glad you're here today. And let's wave to everybody in the room. It's Saturday. Let's all wave to everybody, right? So like when I say everybody's name, look at their square and let's really say hi to them. Let's start with Aaron, who's here from Carpe Diem Arts. And Aaron is our tech person for the day, coming in from Brooklyn, New York. Hello, Aaron. Everybody say hello to Jojo. Hi, Jojo. Nice to see you today. Okay, that's great. Hi to Sora Harris-Vincent, coming in from Minnesota. And our song leader for the day, Sora, came to us through Village Harmony and has become an absolute regular in here. And we love when she comes and sings with us. Hello to Bonnie in Idaho. Hello to Susan G in Ohio. Hello to Kevin in DC with his golden flute. See, Kevin waves his flute. I like that. Hello to Dan in Virginia. Nice to see you today. Hello to Sheila. Nice. I love it, Sheila. You picked up on that beautifully. Hello to Anne in Maryland. Good to see you. Oh, and Sheila's coming in from Florida, by the way. Luda and Mark in Victoria, reminding us to send love to everybody in this room and in the world. It's a really good thing to sort of remember every day when you get up is how can I love better today? Thank you to Mark and Luda. Great to see you guys. Trish and Victoria, hello. Nice to see you today. Hello, Arlene in California with, I think, a different background. Very nice. Hello to Aloysius coming in from Western Mass. Good to see you, Aloysius. Hello to Julie, who is snowbound in Erie, PA. Everybody wave big to Julie. Snowbound does not sound like fun. I'm going to requote 2 days ago's chat where somebody put snow spelled with the N-O in the middle capitalized. I like that quite a lot. Let's say no to snow. Snow has some positives. Let's also say yes to snow. Harriet in Chicago. Everybody wave to Harriet. We're glad to see you today, Harriet. Glad you're here. And Carolyn in sunny Boise. Well, that's nice. That's a change. Hello to Mabel and the bear in Massachusetts. Just one bear today. One bear? Yeah. The other bear is snoozing, still, or biking. We never know. Hello to Kathy on the stolen Arapaho Cheyenne land. And thank you every day for reminding us to think about that, especially as we approach the American Thanksgiving holiday. Hello to Kevin Ennis, also reminding me that today is 9/5/8. Look at that beautiful smile. Everybody wave to Kevin's beautiful smile. Look, let's see if we can make Kevin laugh. Ha, Kevin. Ha. Oh, yeah, we did it. Okay. Jamie, nice to see you today, coming in from Victoria, BC. And hello to Deli, who is coming in from Maryland. Nice to see you. Everybody wave to Annette in California. Hello, great to see you today, Annette. And Susan in Seattle. Hello, nice to see you. And Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Hello, nice to see you. Jane, who's coming in from Texas. We're glad you're here today. Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Hello. Everybody wave to Kathleen in Albuquerque. Hi, Kathleen. And Gary in Massachusetts, our solution finder. Hello to Nancy, who's coming in from Washington State, hiding behind an Irish cow, looking ever so wide awake and lovely today. Hello to Storm in Massachusetts. Hi, Simke in Maryland. Everybody wave to Bob in Albany. Hello, Bob in Albany. Everybody wave to Hoda, who is newly 74. Hello, Hoda. We're glad you're here, coming in from British Columbia. Caroline in DC, hello. Hoda's another one that I like to make laugh. I just did that and that was really fun. Caroline in DC, hello, nice to see you. Amanda and Miles in Michigan, glad you're here. And hello to Ginny. Thank you for being here today. Good to see your face today. Hello to Kim, who sang with us recently. Hi, Kim. I have an idea, actually, Kim, that we should chat about. And to the folks off video today, Curly Tops and Sandy, who is also Joe in Western North Carolina. Gabrielle, nice to have you back with us again today. Gabrielle Zui sang with us once, I think maybe a month ago or so, 2 months ago. And we'd love to have you come back, Gabrielle. Let's chat. Lynn in Connecticut, nice to see you today. Glad you're here. Marcia Dale, nice to see you today. Bob's iPhone, potentially biking. You never know what Bob's iPhone is doing. Loriana, Kachina, and Courtney, glad you guys are here today. or whoever, which of you it is that is here, and Shari in New Hampshire, hello. And I think we had a few more people bounce in, but I didn't see who it was. Maybe Kat, hi Kat, and maybe I just see Amanda now. Everybody, let's take a big deep breath. Yeah, we're in November. November is a good time to be thinking about gratitude. That's actually what we've been thinking about. Well, earlier in the month, we were thinking about voting. Now we're thinking about gratitude. Somehow those two things are intertwined, but I'm not going to start philosophizing on all of you. Today we have with us Sora Harris-Vincent, who is a dear friend and a wonderful song leader. And we're super excited to have her here. Sora, we are excited to hear what it is you're teaching us today.
Woo! Good morning, everybody. I'm calling in from snowy Minneapolis. It was 17 degrees yesterday, so winter is among us. But it's, as you can see, there's beautiful sun coming in, so it's feeling warm to be indoors at least. And we're gonna go for a snowy adventure later in the afternoon. So wonderful to see so many faces. I know I've been on the Daily Antidote many times, and it's always a joy to be invited back. Joe asked if I had any songs handy about gratitude or thanks or appreciation. And I had a couple that one was like a kid song, and if we have time, I can teach after. But I was thinking, and so this morning I woke up refreshed and I was like, yeah, I have so many things to be grateful for, especially feeling really grateful for my community here in Minneapolis. And so I wrote the song this morning. It's fresh off the brain. So I'm so excited to share it with you guys. Under an hour old. Um, Thank you for being my first audience. So this is a song I'm thinking a lot about as we go into Thanksgiving week. Being in a new place now of kind of shifting what those traditions look like. And we are this year, my wife Marissa and I have our own home, and we're going to invite friends over. Some friends who don't have family in town, or who it's too expensive to fly back home, which is the reason I'm not flying back home to Vermont. And just thinking about the intentionality that goes into community making, and not just community making, but especially coming up on Thanksgiving, like the intention that we're putting towards the resources that we have access to and privileged to be available to us, but especially food is something that I'm thinking a lot about. And here in Minneapolis, there's an incredible restaurant named Owamni, and they actually just won an award for their food, and it's the first ever Indigenous restaurant. And so all of the ingredients they're using are ingredients that would have been and were Indigenous here to Minnesota. So everything is naturally gluten-free because they're using corn and they're using other just natural grains that grow here, wild rice. They aren't using any dairy, and all of the meat that they're using is animals that they would have hunted and would have been native to the lands in the woods here. So I went there once. It's incredible. You have to get on the wait list for a while, but Marissa works at a bakery here in the cities, and she's a baker, and they're also kind of following suit of only trying to use grains and products that are from Minnesota and Wisconsin, our neighbor. So that's been just really inspiring to think about, food and where it comes from, and the privilege to have access to food. So we're hoping to, and we're vegan, so it's easy for us to kind of do this like Indigenous based food cooking for Thanksgiving. But so that's on my mind. Sharing that with all of you too. And if you want to look up Owamni, Owamni, there's articles about them. It's just the chefs are just doing incredible work, just being super intentional about the food and the resources and the products that they're using to feed people. So kind of a little blurb intro into just what's on my mind these days. This is a song I like to do a lot of zipper songs because I think there's some fun and flexibility in being able to change the words depending on the mood you're in, the community with, the surroundings. So this is a zipper song. The words are, "Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the love you give. It makes me better." So I think I had maybe put the words in accidentally. Oh, yeah. Let me just retype those words to you because
We got it.
you got it. It makes me better is just what we add on to the end. Thank you. You're so quick over there. So then thank you for and then that's where we can fill in the words. So I had just come up with 3 words. And normally what I do is I'll teach the song with the words I have, and then I'll ask for suggestions. But sometimes there's a little lull in the singing, and I want us to feel like there's just this like constant music today. So if you have suggestions of things that fill you up and that fill your cup and warm you up, things that make you feel better in your body, in your home, in your community, in this world. Please feel free to pop those in, and we'll just I'll kind of call out the word as we're going. So thank you for the peace you bring. Thank you for the song. Thank you for the friendship, rest. Amazing. Keep those going. And this is kind of a sweet little quick song, so we'll hopefully be able to get through a lot of these. And I'll kind of just keep scrolling my eyes on the chat. There's 3 harmonies to this. I'll teach them, and afterwards I can play the recording so you can kind of hear all 3 together. So the middle part goes like this. Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the love you give. It makes me better. So I'll break that down and let's do it together. Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Okay, let's do that much together. And cheers to everyone who has a cup warming them up at the moment. Look at all those mugs. I love it. Let's do that together. Here we go. Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. My turn. Thank you for the love you give. It makes me better. Your turn. Thank you for the love you give. It makes me better. All together. Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the love you give. It makes me better. So that's the whole tune. The bottom harmony is mostly just kind of a drone hanging out on one note, and it moves a little bit, and it goes like this. Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. So we just go down on cup, and then we come back here. Thank you for the love you give. It makes me better. So we're going to go down on the word cup and me. And we stay there for bed, and then we come back up for tur. So let's do it all together. Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the love you give. It makes me better. And then the high harmony is going to follow the melody with most of the movements, but it's just kind of 3 notes up, or a third up is what we call it, most of it. So if the melody was thank you, the top part goes, and I'll do it, repeat after me. Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Do that. Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the love you give. It makes me better. Try that. Thank you for the love you give. It makes me better. Okay, so we have 3 parts. We kind of just did a little speed zoom through. I'm going to share my audio so you can hear those parts. I might have done a little more movement on some of them, but just ignore it and sing what feels good to you. So I sang the words, thank you for the love, thank you for the light, and thank you for the joy. So that's what we'll play through with the audio recording I have. And then I'll pause that, and then I'll kind of keep singing the different parts with these new words that we've put in. Unfortunately, I wish I had other people here with me to kind of live time sing through all these different songs, but hopefully I was just scheming with JoJo. Hopefully in the future coming up, I have some other fellow singers that can kind of be here to do some backup singing with me. So I am going to share my audio. Am I sharing? No. Share sound. Okay. This is the one my screen. Okay. I just have this here ready to go.
Try going through advanced screen sharing.
Advanced.
So unscreen share, click screen share, and then instead of share screen, go over one to advanced options, and there should be one just to share
Computer
your
audio.
And then you can see us all sing along with you while we hear your
I
song.
love that. Good thing we have you, Erin. We need people like you who know how computers work. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to press play and see if you can hear it. It says it's sharing sound. Can you hear it? It's
Thank
staticky.
you for the love you.
Okay, I'm going to start back over. So thank you is the middle part. Here we go. So love, light, joy, things that my friends and my community and my people are bringing me all the time. Also, I feel like nature is bringing me all those things, especially with the sunlight coming in. Nature, friends, family, community, all these things are bringing us love, light, and joy. So here we go, and then I'll pause it and we'll just sing through all the other suggestions you added. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the love you give. It makes me better. Thank you for the light you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the light you give. It makes me better. Thank you for the joy you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the joy you give. It makes me better.
Peace. Thank you for the peace you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the peace you give. It makes me better. Song. Thank you for the song you sing. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the song you sing. It makes me better. Rest. Thank you for the rest you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the rest you give. It makes me better. Friendship. Thank you for the friendship you give. It fills me up, warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the friendship you give. It makes me better. DAS. Thank you for the DAS community. It warms me up. It fills my cup. That's a mouthful. Thank you for the DAS community. It makes me better. Granddaughter. Thank you for my granddaughter. She warms me up. She fills my cup. Thank you to the granddaughters. They make us better. Hugs. Thank you for the hugs you give. They warm me up. They fill my cup. Thank you for the hugs you give. They make me better. Laughter. Thank you for the laughter you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the laughter you give. It makes me better. A few more. Bread. Thank you for the bread you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the bread you give. It makes me better. Music. Thank you for the music you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the music you give. It makes me better. We're going to end with smiles. Thank you for the smiles you give. It warms me up. it fills my cup. Thank you for the smiles you give, it makes me better. Woo, that was fun to just go in the moment. Thank you for those super fun suggestions and words. Love that.
That was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Everybody, like, can we please all give Sora and everybody out there on Facebook an image of what our smiles are that we give everybody? 1, 2, 3.
Look at these beautiful smiles.
Yeah, that would have been a good screenshot. I should have been on that. All right. I want to thank you so much, Sora. That was just amazing. Just the whole way you just worked through all of that and all of the incredible stuff you said before we started singing was a lot of great food for thought on the Native American experiences and on the food and the local movement and on, you know, some of the complications surrounding Thanksgiving and on our having of resources when we are lucky enough to have them. And all of that plays into just that overall notion of gratitude. And I was actually thinking this morning when I woke up about the notion, like I've heard people say this before, like, I don't actually know anybody who's really happy. And I thought maybe that's a really funny sentence. Like, because maybe what we have as a bar for what really happy means is like way out to lunch, because like we should be really happy, as Kathy B says, if we woke up that morning and took a breath, right? Like, so like maybe the notion of like really centering on what it is that we have already that we can be grateful for could change sort of that inner happiness that we carry, which then of course reflects back out to absolutely everyone we touch, right? So let's give it up for being grateful for what we have. And for being here in every respect of that word. And Sora, I would like to know 2 things. I would like to know when I'm invited over to go to that restaurant and when I'm invited over for a piece of that bread.
Anytime. I
Okay.
have guest rooms.
Can those things happen on the same day? Like, you know, we eat the bread, then we go to the restaurant, then we come home and eat more bread? Okay, good.
Yes.
So that's really beautiful bread.
It's beautiful bread. Yep. Marissa, this is the joy of living with a baker. Being married to a baker.
Hang on one second. And it was can we spotlight your bread just for a second so people can see it close up? Erin,
hey, I'll give a shout out to Marissa. If anyone's on the internet called Instagram, look up Baker Buoy. I'll put it in the chat. It's pretty much just an account of only bread. Baker, and I think you can probably, if you don't have Instagram, you can go on the internet and just search it. Baker Buoy is her name. She only makes bread and delicious things. So shout out to her.
Wow.
Keeping me filled up with bread at all times.
Beautiful.
I did not plan this. This was not like a prop I had handy. This was just like, we have a friend visiting from California. There's bread on the counter. And I was like, someone put bread in the chat. I have to go get my loaves of bread and shake them. Yes. So
beautiful. Thank you. So also, I think a shout out to Marissa for not turning it into a business where she's FedExing bread all over the world, because that would, of course, be counterintuitive or productive or whatever it is to what it is we're all thinking about. So, although I do wish a teeny weeny bit that she was FedExing it to at least.
I know.
But like, no, yeah, I'm not actually asking for FedEx bread. So it is such an important thing to buy local and, you know,
support local.
Good thing to remember, wherever it is you live, your farmers markets might go underground or indoors, or, you know, do their supplying a different way. And it, you know, good to check out what you've got locally that you can still be doing to shop and support local farmers and food suppliers. So Sora, I had a really fun idea that I'm not going to say right now about that song and something we're going to need to do. And so
cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Leave me on the edge of my seat.
I like cliffhangers. I like telling everybody you have to show up on Saturday, November 4, because it's going to be a surprise, and then everybody.
You mean December?
And no, I meant November actually, because I made everybody come without ever telling them what we were going to have was the Sweet Honey and the Rock crew singing with Issei Barnwell for the first time since 2013, right? And it was magical, as you might imagine, right? So sometimes surprises, you know, especially if you live alone, like how do you surprise yourself if you live alone, right? So you got to count on those other people who happen to be addicted to surprises to create them for you. So I have a surprise for you, and Sora doesn't even know what we have yet. So, all right. Sora, is there anything else you'd like to say before I ask if we can sing it again with that beautiful recording?
Anything else to say? Well, I always love being on here, seeing so many familiar faces at this point. I feel like it's fun when you do something enough times. You're like, I recognize, I recognize. Feels like this cozy sense of comfort being on a screen with not strangers, because I've all seen you before, but in some sense, strangers, but now we're all in community. So it feels so delightful. And well, one thing I'll share, which is fun, is our friend who's visiting, Jenna Brady, is from California. She has never played in snow before, like never truly done anything snowy. And I feel like I was just on the verge of being like, oh, it's cold. Oh, like a little grumpy about the winter. But having her come and having this exciting, like new child's perspective on like the snow is totally renewing my excitement and my energy for it. And I'm realizing that that is something that can, like, if I find myself like feeling dull or feeling bored or feeling grumpy with something that feels like mundane or routine that I'm kind of tired with, sharing it or even talking about it with someone else and just getting new perspective can really refresh your experience with it. So that's my experience with winter right now, is having my California friends here being like, are you kidding me? It's beautiful. It's good to be cold. It reminds us that we're alive and we have we can wear layers. And so we're going to go sledding, and I'm so excited for that. But that's just a little reminder to share with people. If you're feeling bored or stuck or like, reach out to people and have them kind of re-highlight the excitement of something.
Yep. And so that is a beautiful thing to say. And it reminds me that I was recently thinking, like, because there was a woman in DC who recently passed, I think at 108, and she 108, right? So like, actually we have to say like, wow, like unbelievable. And I think she danced with the Obamas. You guys can Google it.
Wow.
Or Aaron, you can look for a little link right now. But one of the things I read about her was that she was a foster grandparent. And I thought, like, of course, right? Because like, what is it that kids do for us is they make us see snow in every little thing we do all day long, right? Because every little thing is new and magical. And you remember to actually look at the leaf, right? Or to actually look at the fact that your SpaghettiOs are, whatever, right? And so I'm putting a plug out there in the universe to anyone who has the capacity to consider becoming a foster grandparent. What a way to bring magic in your door, right? And also a way to use your brain, which we're all supposed to be doing so that we keep our brains healthy, in a different way, because you don't actually know what's going to come in the door when you have a foster kid, right? So it forces you in some way to think a different way than you might have expected to think on any given day. So I'm putting that plug out there. And while I'm thinking about things that we can do to think in different ways, I'm also going to put one more little plug out here, which is that we have a community sing on Monday. So that's the day after Thanksgiving weekend. What a day to get together and express gratitude and think about everything, especially because we're going to be celebrating a lot of November things, including Native American Heritage Month and the concept of, what Thanksgiving means. And Thea Hopkins from the Wampanoag Tribe is going to be with us and singing for us singing with us at that event. Shruti Veena Vishwanath, who we all know very well, singing with us because Canada has just instated a Hindu Heritage Month this month for the first time. Let's give it up to Canada and to Shruti for waking up at 5 a.m. to be able to be with us on that day. She's coming in from not her usual home in India, but somewhere else in India. Rick Pagliari and Eliza Blue, who's new to us, are going to be singing with us and helping us to celebrate the great Kevin Locke, who passed, I think, last month unexpectedly. And Eliza Blue is in South Dakota and involved with South Dakota Public Radio in some very cool ways I can't wait to hear more about. And of course, our favorite, Emma's Rev, coming in to help us celebrate gratitude and voting. And so I'm going to shout out for everybody to please join us. We are, after a summer of putting them out there in the world again in person, we are going back to just fully virtual so we can have artists from around the world and so we can be more flexible and really mostly so that all of you guys can come and have the same experience. It equalizes the experience, right? And I kind of like that. So super glad to see as many people as can come on Monday. And Sora, now that I have babbled endlessly, I'm turning it back to you for your amazing song. Thank you.
All right, now I know how to advance computer share my audio. Woo, fun trick I'm gonna always remember. Okay, let me start it from the beginning. Here we go. Love, light, joy.
Thank you for the love you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for for the love you give. It makes me better.
Light.
Thank you for the light you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the light you give. It makes me better.
Joy.
Thank you for the joy you give. It warms me up. It fills my cup. Thank you for the joy you give. It makes me better.
Thank you so much, Sora. That was so beautiful. I was just thinking how when I didn't see you in the room this morning at 11:45 exactly, it never occurred to me that it was maybe you were over there like trying to record a brand new song, right? And trying to like edit out my phone ringing as I'm calling you. Like, thank you so much for everybody who got up this morning and wrote like an amazing song exactly like that. Like, I'm sure we all did, right? Got up this morning. Yeah. So, Sora, you're incredible. I'm so glad that you share. We're thankful for all that you share with us in this room. You make us better. So thank you so much.
Thank
Let's
you.
all give it up for Sora. And thank you so much to everybody who came today out there on Facebook Live and in the room. And I am going to say goodbyes to everyone. Let's not start with Facebook Live so they get to help us say goodbye, because we're going to do our goodbyes like we did our hellos. Everybody ready? Let's say goodbye to Sora. Thank you so much for being here today. Always amazing to sing.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for everything you bring. Thank you, Bonnie in Idaho. Great to see you today. Thanks for being here. Susan in Ohio, thank you for being here, wearing her daily orange. Hello to Kevin. No, not hello. Thank you. And goodbye to Kevin with the golden flute. And thank you and goodbye to Dan. Great to see you today. Thank you and goodbye to Sheila. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you and goodbye to Ann in Maryland. Nice to see your face. Hello and thank you and goodbye to Luda Joe and Mark Joe, our two newest members of the community here for the first time. Thank you and thank you. And thank you to Carolyn in sunny Boise. And happy birthday to, happy birthday to
Aaron. It was yesterday.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
My Aaron?
Yep.
Aaron, that was cheating by not telling everybody. We would have had a room full of cards. Oh, Aaron is in fact teching and hosting tomorrow. Just might say. All right, thank you, Carolyn. And happy birthday, Aaron. Let's all wave a happy birthday to Aaron. Yay, Aaron, who's very happy to have just turned 17. Hello, thank you and goodbye. Thank you and goodbye to Mabel and Bob and the Bears, who decided to join together for the festivities. And you have a birthday bear over there. Yeah, we're getting to celebrate. You guys are so good at like instant birthday. Here you go. All right.
I know. How do you have birthday stuff just right around?
Yeah, I know. I love it. Kevin in New Hampshire. Thank you so much for being here. Look, we're making Kevin laugh again. Hee 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 hee. Tickle, tickle, Kevin. Hee hee. All right. I love that smile. All right. Thank you, Jamie, so much for being here today and coming all the way from Victoria, BC. Thank you to Annette in California. Lovely to see you today. And thank you to Susan Miller in Seattle. And just think, on the actual day of whatever is we're going to end up calling Thanksgiving, which maybe we'll still stay Thanksgiving, we can actually thank each other all again that day, which is very thankful sounding. All right, Susan, thank you so much. And Ruth in Birmingham, UK, thank you so much for being here. Kathleen in Albuquerque, thank you so much for being here. Great to see you. Hugs and love to you. Thank you, Nancy and the Irish cow, who is dressed up today for November. And thank you to, and thanks for the heart, Nancy. Thank you to Storm, who is wearing a birthday hat for Aaron. I love it. Thank you to Bob in Albany. Great to see you today. Thanks for being here and giving us that great smile. Thank you to Hoda in British Columbia. I wonder how many days it will be before I'll talk about Hoda's birthday every time I see her. 363 days until Hoda's next birthday celebration here in the Daily Antidote. All right, Hoda, I love you. Thank you so much, Caroline in DC, for being here. It's great to see you today. Thank you so much to Kim for being here today and for the lovely song the other day. And thank you to Kathy for always reminding us to think about the land on which we stand. Thank you to Deli in Maryland. Great to see you today. To Diane in Puerto Rico, thank you so much for being here. It's great to see your smile. You're back in your usual location, I see. There's probably a story behind that. I would like to know it. Shari in New Hampshire, thank you so much for being here. Great to see you. Kat in Vermont, thank you so much for being here. Great to see you. Gary the solution finder, thank you for being here. I wonder what solutions Gary has found today. Gary, excuse me, if you're not busy, will you please get on? World hunger, that horrible war that's going on, and teen depression. And will you get back to all of us on that by tomorrow, let's say noon? Thank you. Trish and Victoria, thank you so much for being here. Great to see you. And I loved your smile today. Amanda and Miles in Michigan with a birthday cake made out of granola. Birthday cake granola. I'm just saying, breakfast has never been better. Everybody to Amanda and Miles's house after we stop at Sora's for the bread. Thank you, Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Great to see you today. Thank you to Jane in Texas. Nice to see you today. Thank you for being here. And thank you to Harriet in Chicago. Lovely to see you today. And thank you for being here. Thank you to Kevin in DC with his golden flute and the curly tops in Vermont. There he is. Hello, Willard. Thank you for being here. Lovely to see you. The bouncing Willard. And thank you to Aloysius, who is, I think, maybe not driving out there in the world somewhere. And we'll see if he appears for us. Thank you, Gabrielle. Great to see you again. Gabrielle Zui, everybody, one of the song leaders and we got a heart from Gabrielle, who was in the room with us recently. Completely beautiful. There's Aloysius with a big smile. And thank you to Lynn in Connecticut for being here, potentially grooming Darla and not on the screen. And Marcia, thank you for being here. And Penny of Ralph and Penny in Victoria, thank you for being here and hope you guys are enjoying our singing today in your pajamas. Let's say, everybody, ready for one big wave to Facebook Live? 1, 2, 3. Facebook! We're very grateful for all of you peoples out there on Facebook. Thank you.